Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the home of the Bit Squad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money in crypto. And if you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. One of our most requested videos is to show our portfolio. We've done it twice. The last time, I think our portfolio was somewhere around $22 to $23 million. As Bitcoin is now heading back towards all-time highs, it's time for an update as we've hit a new all-time high in the portfolio. And we made some changes to our portfolio that I do want to go over with you guys as we have added some significant holdings in many different coins. So the first thing you guys will notice here as you're checking out my portfolio is we are now at $28 million. I got to say, it's been a good couple of years here at BitBoy Crypto. That's, to say the least, I guess. TJ snickering in the background about that. Everything was great except for bringing TJ on, so now I have to split this money. But, guys, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go over, I'm just going to scroll down so you guys can see everything that is in our portfolio. This is literally everything. This is every single wallet that we have that is connected. So there's nothing that we don't have that is on here. So I'm going to just scroll through here and you guys can check out these numbers. We've got, DexKit, a project we work with, Nano, we've got some in. Yes, we do have some Hex, believe it or not, it is in our portfolio. Frontier is one we've been holding on to for quite a while. We still think that one eventually is going to move up. APY Finance, same thing. These may be projects for the next bull run. Those are things we probably won't get rid of in a bear market, as they're already down a lot. Axie Infinity, we've got $500. Now we start getting into what we barely have at all, as you guys can tell. We've got $90 of Litecoins. You guys can tell we're all in. We got $47 of FTX token. FTT is a token, by the way, we're looking to really increase our holdings in the bear market. So you guys can see, this goes on forever. We got projects in here that we only have $12 in. Right now we have $14 in Uniswap. I don't know if that one's going to get us rich or not. Perp, a project we should have had a lot of money in that we didn't, really got hurt by not getting in that when Token Metrics said to get in it. So I know this is silly that I'm showing everything, even stuff we've got $1 in. You see we still have $1.46 in Compound, but I really just want to be transparent, have you guys see literally every single project that we have anything in. And when I get to the end of this list, we're really going to start going into some big changes that we have made in our portfolio since the last time we did one of these videos. I know that was kind of fast. I don't want to go too fast over this because, I went through a time, as you guys know, back in May where we consolidated a lot of our portfolio and we, took some altcoins and we sold them. A lot of people were like, oh, you got Bitcoin lane and blah, 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 blah. We turned that into more Bitcoin is what we did. And that turned out to be, really, really successful for us. So now we're getting into stuff that we basically have $0 in. We have less than $1 in. So I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker. You guys can see how much we've been exposed to. A lot of these projects where we have basically nothing in comes from our BitSwap DEX, where basically when people trade there, we get a small percentage, a very extremely low fee, as you guys can tell. And that's how we have so much stuff in the portfolio. So there you go. You now see everything. The lowest holding in our whole portfolio is IOTA. So who knows? We may be doing some stuff with IOTA eventually. So let's go back up to the top and let's start checking out the big moves that we made in the portfolio since the last time we did one of these videos. Then we'll get into some of the charts. We'll look at my most productive coins, our least productive coins, and things like that. So first thing you guys can notice, we've increased our Bitcoin holdings from 100 to 135. Ethereum, we've gone from 1,000 to almost 1,500. Cardano, we've been staying put. We have not been accumulating Cardano. We're happy with the million Cardano that we have. Polkadot, this is up now. When we first bought it, it was about $1 million worth. It's now 1.5 million. It went all the way down to, I think, $600,000. Solana project, we put money back a while ago, and it has definitely been really good. I think we put $50,000 in, and now it's worth $1.2 million. Binance Coin, still under where we bought it at. We bought $1 million worth of Binance Coin. That's actually still negative compared to our price point. Now, XRP, we've increased our XRP holdings significantly. I think the last video we had 255,000 XRP. We now have 810,000 XRP. Elrond, another project, we've increased our holdings significantly. We now have almost $1 million worth of Elrond. So these are our major holdings, close to $1 million. or above. Elrond wraps that up. Then we get into projects we have, significant six figures in. We have Algorand. This is a project we added $500,000 to recently. Cosmos, we did the same thing. Polygon, we did the same thing. We had sold out of Polygon in the last part of the phase one of this bull run, and now we've gotten back in with where we feel like good entry points. I think our average entry into this was like 90 cents, is now up to 147 or $1.47. H-Bar, another project we really believe in, kind of in the vein of Algorand, a project we believe is going to do big things. Avalanche, we think this has got a lot of potential to be a top 10 coin. Aave, we've got 300,000. Used to be one of our top 5 holdings. We have not increased our position of 1,000 Aave. It is down to 300. It was around 600 at one point, so hopefully this will double or even triple over the remainder of this bull run. Then we get into Chainlink, a project we love for the bear market, actually, one we might not be selling off at all. And then VeChain, we've got 2.2 million of those, $257,000. Cartesi, one of our partners, we're going to be running a node on Cartesi. Eternity Chain, an NFT project we talked about a while ago. As you guys can see, I think we have about the same amount of the holdings. We may have sold a little bit of that off, but Eternity, a project we like. Then we got 230K sitting in Tether. That might be money we move over eventually for business costs, or we might, get into a project. Harmony, Quant, The Graph, Pancake Swap. We got a lot of Pancake Swap, as you guys can see, but this is a Cake Bit Wheath pair version 2, so I don't know if that's exactly Pancake Swap or not. XCAD Network, Bit Token. You guys can see this is our community token. As you guys knew, we don't ever sell this. We hold on to this forever. IOST, we're still holding a lot. We run a node for them. Energy Web Token, we've got 114,000 US dollars. We might put into something at some point. And then Helium. Then we start getting into our high, 5-figure projects: Audius, AMP, Serum, Gira Wallet, USD. These are projects we've talked about a lot. We do own a good bit of Digibyte. Then we bought $50,000 worth, and it's staying about the same. The SoMe advertising token, SAT, Proton. This is a recent project that we just added. It's not XRP, it's XPR. I kind of got a tip on this one. This is going to be one that's going to move maybe 10 to 20x. Not financial advice, but we figure we'd take a flyer on it. DexKit, a project we work with. Efinity, this is the offshoot of Engine, getting into NFT interoperability. Theta, Eureka, a project, an NFT project with copyrights, where you're going to be able to own, more of your own art or more of your own work. Nano, Hex. I don't even know how we got this much Hex. I have no idea. I didn't even remember buying that. Engine Coin, and then we get into things we got less than $20,000 in. So I've already showed you guys the whole list. These are our major holdings right here. Some things you won't see on this list, like Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash. We don't own every coin. We don't have Dogecoin, a significant holding of that. We don't have every coin in the top 10 to 20, but we try to have exposure to a lot of them, sure enough. So let's get into looking at some of these charts, because here we get into some really interesting stuff where we start talking about our biggest holdings here. And you guys can see, over the last 6 months, you guys can see we kind of peaked out, somewhere back in May. This isn't right. I don't know why this isn't actually accurate, because we did have higher numbers back here. But now you guys can see where we're at, 28 million, crushing it right now. Here's a pie chart that kind of shows you our percentages. We're about 30% in Bitcoin. That's kind of where we like to stay, about 20% in Ethereum, 8% in Cardano. And then it goes down from there, 5, 4, 3. These are the main projects that we believe in right here. These are the biggest projects that we believe in, are the ones that we have in our top 10. Now check this out. Here's some really interesting stuff. When you look at our most profitable coin ever, it's still Cardano. Even though Solana has crushed it, Cardano is still our number one most profitable coin, followed by Solana and then Bitcoin. We were adding Bitcoin at very low prices. We bought dips. That's a big reason why this happened. Most used exchanges. It's not really that important, as you guys can see. Coins with the most losses. Now, this is very interesting because I think there's something quirky with CoinStats. I think this may have something to do with maybe we sold off some ETH at some point. ETH is definitely not our project with the most loss. There's no way that's true. So I don't understand why it puts it up there. But BNB, this is a project that I just showed you guys a minute ago. We're actually down from where we bought it. Giro Wallet was a project that mooned right out the gate. We didn't sell it. We held on to it, and it has dropped as well. So it doesn't work, 100% accurate here. There are some quirky things with CoinStats, but in general, we think it's a great. It is a great, place to hold our portfolio and kind of look at it like that. If you were to click on, any of these listings over here, which we may or may not show you guys, but if you were to look at this list here, we use a ton of different exchanges. We're not exchanging at one place. We're using decentralized exchanges, doing a lot of stuff like that. So we've really built our portfolio from the top down. We built it with a lot of heavy assets that are some of the most, the coins we believe in the most. We got some more speculative ones down below, and that's really the way you should be looking at this and the way you should be doing it. You shouldn't be putting all of your eggs into one basket of a coin that's 742 on CoinMarketCap. No offense to that coin. But I'm just saying, you really want to stay with the stuff that you know is going to move, that you know is going to do well. And when they do crash, they're going to have some more sustainability in the bear market than coins that may not exist 4 years from now. And all the projects we're invested in, the top 10 to top 20 in our portfolio, we believe in these projects for the long term. We will be selling tops of these when we think we're at the top of altcoin season. That's the way we run the business, but we will only be selling to get back in and accumulate at lower levels. So let me know what you guys think about this portfolio. Drop those comments down below. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.